Hello guys, how's it going? I hope you guys can hear me. I hope everything's pretty good. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a special guest, Thomas Brenkus. Correct, I said that right?
That is correct.
Alright, good. So we have Thomas Brenkus here today. I have a little bit of gist of who he is, so let's kind of get you guys to understand who he is a little bit. So just introduce yourself, man. Talk to him a little bit.
I'm Thomas Brenkus, and I have a company named Unknown Studio LLC, and I met Cruz here, and he found me interesting, talking to me, and wanted to do an interview, so I thought that was kind and respectful, so I obliged and went with it.
Yeah, for sure, man. So tell me a little bit about the Unknown LLC.
Yeah, I own that. It's a company that is about music and about entertainment and trying to push the limits and try and expand and create and try and give people something to be entertained by and maybe relate to.
Yeah, interesting. So what kind of got you into that? Was there something specific? Was it a life event, or was it just kind of like you just...
All my life, I was singing, and my brother would be like, "Stop singing."
Yeah.
And so I got to date a woman that was a singer, and she did performances live and everything like that. I'm not a live performer or anything of that nature.
Right.
I would say that most of my stuff is about expressing freedom of speech and being able to express feelings that may have been bottled up for years. And I kind of got into it because of the woman that I dated.
Right. And what kind of age what age was that?
Probably about 4 years ago, so I was about 40 years old.
Yeah,
roughly.
so you're awfully new to the music space.
Yeah.
You're just something that you kind of just...
Something I just decided, I was encouraged, I would say.
Gotcha.
I collaborated with a couple different artists and kept expanding.
Yeah. And so what's your goal for the long term with it? Is it a long term, or is it something you're just doing for fun?
I'd like to do it long term. Not sure that I can, but I have goals of doing that.
Good.
I have a fan base. I'm up to 1.4 million streams roughly.
Wow.
It's worldwide: Japan, Germany, Nigeria. Let's see, who else? I think there's people in Israel listening or stuff like that. So there's all kinds of people listening.
Yeah. And so there's different types of music you make, correct?
Correct.
Cool.
And I don't stick with just English either, so I mix up a couple different languages.
So what are some languages? So you speak different languages?
I try to speak other languages. I'm not fluent, but I do dabble in...
Cool. So tell me a little bit more about you. Like, I know you also are an author, right?
Yeah, I wrote a book called America's Son, Encouraging One Word at a Time.
Yeah.
It is a compilation of my life. It's a mixture of everything. I figure life is kind of choppy, so make the book kind of choppy. I had a little bit of short stories. There's some poetry, a little bit of my lyrics. There's some quotes, stuff that I created with design, drawings, and different things of that nature.
What's up, beautiful people? I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. I wanted to show you guys these clips of me getting my butt spanked in foosball. It was the first time I've ever played, to be fair.
Where did Thomas come from? Who is Thomas? Where'd you originate from? You told us you were 4 years ago, around 40 years old. Like, there's 40 years way before that. So tell us the beginning.
So I grew up in the South. That's where I was born, in the South. And I try not to give out personal details too much, but I then moved into the North and was getting an education from all over the United States, getting to experience being the new kid in school. Trying to fit in was always a difficult challenge, being the new kid. Typically, I stayed to myself because I knew that if I stood out in any form or fashion, I would end up getting beat up, picked on, and those types of things.
How'd you handle that feeling?
I just knew that it wasn't permanent, right? That school was temporary. It's when you started getting into life and after your graduation and that type of thing that as adults, whatever, the same thing continued, partly because of my fault of moving around so much and getting to experience different lifestyles, trying to improve my life, trying to get in a better financial situation and all that. I think that fitting into the world was not easy, like the storybook, the children's book, The Ugly Duckling.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, this ugly duckling thing, right? He wasn't a duck, he was a swan. And so he didn't fit in, and he didn't understand why. And it's like he goes through his entire life like trying to find out why he doesn't fit.
That's a good way of looking at it. I never even knew that. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so that's a way of looking at your story, looking at what you've gone through. And that's actually pretty cool, because there's a lot of other people who go through the same thing. Like me personally, I had jumped from different schools, always looking for new friends, always like, it's just crazy. Especially as a little kid, it makes it so much harder to kind of get through that. And so my next question for you is, how'd you get through? What was that thing that, was it a mental switch? Was it maybe someone, or what was it that helped you get through that?
I would say each obstacle in my life was different.
Gotcha.
So I'll give you an example, a couple examples. Running in track. I had to picture something that I wanted to run to.
Right.
And at the time that I was doing track, I had experienced traveling on vacation to North Carolina.
Interesting.
And it was the most beautiful place I've ever seen. So I just pictured North Carolina as a motivation where I'm running to. That's one aspect of getting through a tough time, pushing your body to limits and exceeding those limits. Another example would be music. Would be an example of finding a way to enjoy life, right? In the moments when you're down the worst, and hearing somebody else going through the same situation. So that's two examples.
Music, I think, is a big thing, and I think it's even crazier that you yourself are a producer. You create music yourself, and that's actually mind-boggling to me, because people say a lot of these things and they speak, but they never actually do. And so a prime example of what you actually say you should do, and if you do, you can be pretty successful at it. Kind of tell them a little bit of your success now from that method of coping with what you were going through at the time.
So I know that I have a large faith in something greater than myself, and people create music, people create things that they enjoy from memory, and they create new memories and that type of thing. Finding something new in life is a joy. And finding new ways to love God is also a joy. And it starts with a relationship with God first, and then going out and talking to people second, and having that relationship second.
It was definitely good talking to you, man. I kind of got to know you a little bit more than what I'd known you before we even walked into this room. So that's definitely good to know, because you guys could definitely probably see him more in my branding and just me growing. I like to partner and work with people who are going to not only help me grow, but I can help them grow as well, and just have a great mindset, like-minded as well. So again, I wanted to appreciate your time, and just wanted to ask, do you have any last words, anything you want to kind of highlight through this entire time?
It's been an honor being on your interview and process and all that, and learning how to collaborate with somebody in an interview process is very interesting. My second interview, so thank you.
Do you also want to maybe put in where they can find the first interview?
The first interview is on a couple different channels, but you can definitely find it on Unknown Studio LLC. If you look that up, you can find my music that way. You can find my personal channel. Have a lot of antics and acting and different things, that creativity and that type of thing, and so it's that's on YouTube. So yeah. Cool,
sounds good. And I'll definitely make sure to just put the links down low, and maybe the comments. You can send me whatever links you want me to put down below, and then I'll put them down for you. But all right, man. So again, I thank you, and I appreciate your time, and I thank you guys for actually clicking on this video and taking the time to watch and get to know me and a little bit more, and get to know Thomas entirely. It's great and always fun to do these type of videos. So again, thank you so much. And we'll definitely see you in the next video whenever you guys feel the need to come back. Hope you guys have a good one, and take it easy. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Larger than life, the great mystery.